Hello and welcome back to another episode with your girl, the Pantless Planner. So today I know that in a couple of my videos, so if you haven't seen my videos before, welcome. If you're coming back, welcome back. In my other videos, I talk a lot about Excel or Google Sheets. I use these interchangeably, right? Basically, it is a data formatting tool that you can use to have formulas, to have different things. I've noticed in my years and years of planning, teaching planning, and then supporting others in planning and planning for others, that there seems to be this version to Excel or Google Sheets. So today I want to show you how I use Google Sheets in my own planning business when I plan for other clients or my own thing. So here are a couple of examples, right? CRM, which is customer relationship marketing, budgeting, vendor management, attendee management, expense tracking, timeline creation, payments and sales tracking, and feedback. I'm only going to show you a couple of examples today. So I have 3 or 4 examples to show you of what and how I create it. And then another day we'll go into a deeper dive of how to set up a Google Sheet and everything else. So let's start with vendor management. So Excel is very versatile, right? There's different formulas, there's different formats. You can add in, charts, you can do pivot tables, you can do checkboxes, a bunch of different things, right? It's just understanding what you need, what formula you need, what you need to figure out, and then you can kind of make it a lot prettier, right? So this is just an example. These are fake vendors, right? But it has vendor type, vendor name, contact number, email, the status. So did I already pay the vendor? Have I not paid the vendor? Order notes, notes. So this is something that basically I, started planning way back when everything was kind of analog. I actually would do these in Excel and then have to print them out and hand them to my staff and my team. So I'm a big advocate of printing out and having checklists, itineraries, cheat sheets is what I call them, right? Info cheat sheets, so that it's easy to contact. So day of, if your phone dies or something happens or you don't remember, I can just say, hey, great, call John Smith. Here's their number. This is what we're getting from them. And then these are the notes of what needs to happen or what they need support with, right? So here, this is just a simple drop down. So vendor type, I have the different categories, the name, the contact, did we pay them, have we not? Order notes, that would basically be, what we ordered, what items we ordered, and then notes, needs refrigerator space, needs space to prep florals, etc. Timeline. I love using Excel for timelines because you can put so much data and it just organizes it so well. I can't tell you the amount of times that I've been shared in a timeline and it's in a Google Doc and it's just all the way lengthy, wordy down. Here it's much easier to see, right? And so that's what Excel really does, is help you process a lot of data and loads of information in a very organized way, right? So here we have the time, the schedule, like what is the main item on the schedule, what is happening or item, where it's happening, right? Who is the team in charge? So this is for a timeline is, for example, for execution. So if we were running this event, this is what is happening at 9, 9:15, 10, 10:15, 11:30, and what is happening behind the scenes, right? Like what is required for them? And then what are the notes, right? Like, do I need to call John to tell him to change something and so forth. Okay, speaker cheat sheet. This is actually from an event that I ran. I had a very large conference that I ran and owned, and we had 48 speakers, right? So this is just, I clipped it for an example, but you can see there's a lot of data. So when we're handling speakers, we needed to know, we had to give them codes. We had to say, did we email them the new schedule? Did we not? Who's the speaker? Are they flying in? Do we need to book a hotel for them, a flight for them? We had some changes. So it's like, did we email them? Did we get confirmation? What track are they speaking on? So we had different divisions, right? Email. Okay. And then here are the other things that are really clear to keep. So if you have a lot of data, again, it's all about organizing data. Data can be anything. It doesn't have to be just numbers. It can be emails. It can be confirmations. Especially with speakers, this is going to be a lot. If you're planning a retreat or a wedding, this could be, did I send the wedding invite? Did I receive it back? Did I get their song list that they wanted? Do I have their dietary restrictions? For a retreat, it could be, I send the contract? Did I receive it back signed? Did they give me the payment? Did they give me, their flight itinerary? So it just helps to see really quickly, oh, this person right here, they're missing something. They're missing something. Up here, they're missing, a join me graphic, promo graphics. That was the other thing to promote. We needed to make a lot of graphics, right? So it's like, did we send all three? Did we send this one, this one, this one? What is the dates that they have? Personal contact info, reposting, anything else, if they need extra support. So this is a great way to kind of handle all of this information. So it's all there, but it's not massively overwhelming, right? If I have this in a Google Doc all the way down and then every name listed, it's really hard to find, to keep track of. Another thing is in Google Sheets you can use, and this will be for another day, but Control F, and then you can find. So I can find myself automatically in the sheet. So that's also really great. So if you have lines and lines and lines of data, you can always just search and make sure, right? So like, do I have their email? And I'm going to search. Do I have their number? So that's a great other use case. The other one that I use, and that this is available, and I'll put a link below for purchase. This is a retreat budget template that I created. And so this is just an example, right? And so it has, what are the basic items you need? What are activities, entertainment, and the cost, and then the unit, how much you budgeted for, what was the actual cost, so you can see then if you're over or under, and then the total that it's going to be. That's going to automatically kick here for you. What is the pricing you need to charge for early bird, regular, last chance, how much you're actually going to profit, and how many attendees you need. So if I change this to 10, that's going to change, you see. And then a report, right? Because who doesn't love reports and more data? So you can see what costs the most, right? So I'm seeing that on basics, and then you can go back and be like, what is basics? I spent $24,000. That's a lot, right? Food and beverage, 4,760. These are just example numbers, right? That I put in. Marketing, we didn't spend anything on marketing. Contingency, which is just kind of like a buffer. And then you can see, okay, the total cost report at the end of the day, this much percentage was spent in food and beverage. So then you can be like, okay, the retreat was great, or the wedding was great, or the event was great, or the conference was great. And, we really want to see how we can partner maybe with other people and get this giant chunk down, because that's 61%. So if we look up here, let's see what basics. Okay, that's why it's like travel, venue, accommodation. That's obviously going to be very, very high. Venue and food are going to be the two highest things that you spend money on in retreats, festivals, weddings, etc. So then it makes sense, right? So it's like, okay, then if I see that it's 61%, maybe I don't have people stay on site, or maybe I don't do accommodation at this price point, or I don't include people's travel, or whatever it could be, right? So this is where I say subscribe to my channel and please comment if this is useful for you, if there's anything that you also would like to know that maybe I haven't covered yet. And thank you for watching.